All right, here we go. All right. 3 times x plus 1 and then plus 6 equals negative 9. Now you can see that I have this fence. How many use a fence? Okay, you can use it or not use it. Make sure your equal sign's straight down. So we're going to first distribute. 3 times x is? 3 times 1 is? 3. So you're going to have the second step is going to be 3x plus 3 plus 6 equals negative 9. Okay? Then from there we what? Add like terms. So what terms are you going to add? I mean the 6, so you get 3x plus 9 equals negative 9. Now, tell me the 2 steps before we do them. The next 2 steps are subtract what? 9 and divide by 3, right? Subtract 9, divide by 3 to get rid of those 2 numbers, right? So we're going to subtract 9 because that's the inverse operation, and we're working PEMDAS backwards, right? And then divide, and then we get 3x equals negative 9, and negative 9 is negative 18 because you're adding them. Divide by 3, and you get negative 6. Okay? Any questions on that one? All right, let's go to the next one. So this is problem number 9. Notice I'm not doing all the self-assessments because we already did 1-step equations, 2-step equations. This is multi-step now. So I wanted to do a variety of multi-step equations. These equations are on your, basically on your assessment, your quiz next Wednesday. So you're going to get 4 more of these tomorrow. I want to see how people are doing. Okay? So 2x times 5 minus 3 minus 3x equals 5. Now, you can do this problem 2 different ways. Do you see how you could put 5 minus 3 together and get 2? And then 2 times 2x is 4x? Or you can distribute. How many of you would distribute first instead of doing the 5 minus 3 if you didn't see it? Would you have seen 5 minus 3? Okay, so I wouldn't have seen it. I would have distributed. So if you distribute, you get 2x times 5 is 10x. 2x times negative 3 is negative 6x. And do you see that that's 4x? So now what do you do? Combine like terms. So you get 10x minus 6x minus 3x is 1x or x. So you end up with x equals 5 in your final answer. Now, make sure that you do your work because I see many students just write an answer down, and I'm like, you're not learning. You know, you guys really like math or you wouldn't be the upper level math students, right? Because you're going to be in geometry next year. So you guys do like, at least, even if you don't like math, you like learning it, right? So you got to keep the process going and keep the steps going. It just helps your mind stay focused and symmetric, all right? So from here, negative 4 times 2m plus 5 minus 3/4 m equals 22. First thing is to distribute. So negative 4 times 2m is, right? And negative 4 times 5? Negative 20. So then you bring down the negative 3/4 m. From there, you want to add the 2 like terms. Negative 8 minus 3/4. So get your calculator out. So you're going to go negative 8. So on your calculator, down at the bottom, your negative sign, negative 8. And then use your minus sign to the right. And then what? Alpha y equals, first one, 3. Then what? Arrow down. 4, and then enter. And you should get negative 35 over 4. Any problems with that on your calculator? Mastering your calculator in 3 years helps you on the ACT test, 60 questions in 60 minutes. That's your ACT test if you want to go to college, or your SAT. Okay, math and English. So you got negative 35/4 minus 20 equals 22. Yes? Now, what are the next two steps? Add 20, and how do you get rid of the negative 35 over 4?
Multiply by the reciprocal.
Right. Yeah. Multiply by negative 4 over 35. You want it to be negative because when you have negative, negative is a positive, you end up positive 1. Okay, so we first add 20. Then we multiply both sides by negative 4 over 35. Do you see that you have a negative times a negative, so that's positive. 4 over 4 is 1. 35 over 35 is 1. So this whole part here that looks ridiculous is 1. Right? So you end up with 1m equals, now how did I get negative 24 over 5? This times this. So calculator again. And we're going to do 42 times negative 4 over 35. So 42 times alpha y equals, enter, negative 4, arrow down, 35, enter, and you get negative 24 over 5. So let me show you how I can change negative 24. That's an improper fraction, right? So let me show you how to change it to a mixed proper fraction. Ready? Everybody got that? So go alpha y equals, go down to the third option. The third option switches from a proper or improper fraction to a mixed proper. Okay, so go down to 3, hit enter, and then enter again, and it just changed negative 24 over 5 to negative 4 over negative 4 and 4/5. Let's change it back just so we know how to do it. Go alpha F1, down to the third option again, enter, enter, and it changed it back. Okay, so you should know how to change an improper fraction to a mixed proper and back. And it's just using the third option twice. You hit enter, enter. Okay, makes sense? You got it? No? Okay.
I missed all of that.
Okay, so let's put 42. Let's do it again. 42 times alpha F1, enter. Put negative 4. And then you got to arrow down to the denominator, 35. And then hit enter, and you get this.
I got an error.
You got an error?
Yeah.
Okay, did you use a negative sign
Yeah.
at the bottom? At the bottom, not a minus. Let me see.
I might have been wrong.
Yep, there you go. And now go back to alpha F1 and do the third option, and then hit enter, enter, and it should change to a mixed proper. Got it? Okay, cool. All right, there's that. Let's go down to the last problem. 5 times 3 minus x, let me move it up. 5 times 3 minus x in parentheses, plus 2 parentheses 3 minus x equals 14. Last one on the board. So we distribute, so go ahead and distribute and see if you get it right. 5 times 3, 5 times negative x, 2 times 3, 2 times negative x. And you should have gotten 15 minus 5x plus 6 minus 2x equals 14. Did I go too fast? Okay. Now you want to add like terms. So here's what I tell students. Put the x term first when you combine it, then the number second. If you do the number first and the x second, you won't see it as clearly on the next two steps if you do it that way. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. So we want to put negative 5x and negative 2x together. What do you get?
Negatives.
Right, negative 7x, and then 15 and 6 together is 21. Think about that. If I have that, it's easier to see than 21 minus 7x. then you'll know how to do this better than that, because this gives kids fits. Maybe not you, but it will give some kids fits. So from here, there's 2 steps. What are they? And then -7. Yep. So we're going to subtract 21. And we get -7x. We bring that down. You can cross this out, make it 0 or not. I don't cross it out. Some teachers have you cross this out. That's all right. So 14 minus 21 is -7. Divide by -7, and you get x equals 1. And that's your final answer.